Hello, Mr. Young. Okay, here we have your 6309. You found this in a pawn shop, and I have to say that's a pretty good find. You had asked about the dial being misaligned. The dials on these, they're printed straight. It could be that your chapter ring is moved. There's a little bit of slop in them, not a lot though. But I'll look at that. When I put that in, I'll make sure to get that pretty tight. Your I don't know, your insert is aligned, well, it's slightly out of alignment. I can look at that too. I really don't like fiddling with the inserts when they're that close. It can be done. If that's something that you're really serious about, I can pop that insert, but I don't really want to think about that right now. What else do we have going on? Oh yeah, your Lume is grayed out. I'm gonna clean that. That'll look nice when it's done. This is a nice watch though. Look, the resist text is all nice and bright and clean. I see one servicing mark. SMS equals BTM 12615. Just a guess. Got us a flattened case back seal. You'll get that back and you can play with it. But now it's time. Come on, out we go. Whoa, that's tight. Oh my goodness gracious. There we go. Gosh. Wow. Such a nicer system than the 6100 series with their screws. Okay, let's pull that movement. Okay, we are missing your stem rest washer. So I'll need to put in one of those for you, and I'll do that. I have to take the stem apart anyway, but whoever did the seals in this last time lost the stem rest washer. And while it will work without it, it really needs to have them. It's the way it ought to be. Why would that be going backwards? That's weird. Get these hands off of here. Got them all. Metal looks good. So I'll get all the lume on this stuff cleaned up. There's that. Let's get that dial off, and I will work on that too. There's your dial. '96, so that would be June '79. There, cover it. Let's get the rest of this movement apart. That one looks okay. That one looks okay. I mean, we're going to replace this anyway. This is your upper mainspring arbor bushing, and it's worn internally. This actually was pushing up. You can actually see it was wearing against the underside. That's pretty unusual. That's weird. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. It's just normally I see different sorts of wear, not that. Okay, there's the whole train and everything apart. I need to work on the lower mainspring arbor jewel, and then we will strip this out of here at that point. There we go. Okay, gotta look at that. Disassemble your mainspring barrel, which I will do in mere moments. Come on, then. Loose, loose, loose. That was okay. Oops. Get in there. Yep, right on the bark. Okay, and there's your cannon pinion. And there's your center wheel. Just like that. Now, pull that out. Sliding pinion. and you go there. Now it's time to pull this apart. There's your crown and everything. Again, missing that stem rest washer. It would go right in between these two things. Here's your crown. You've got to get that crown tube off, and the way we do that is with fire. Got to get that crown good and hot to loosen up the adhesive, the glue that Seiko used. Otherwise, you have a serious risk of snapping your male crown post, which nobody wants. There's that male crown post. Get the gasket out of there. I just dropped it. Well, I mean, you're gonna. It's the old dead one, so don't worry about that. I'll pick it up. You will get back. You will get it back. Anyway, crown's out of there. That's got to be cleaned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That goes in there. This goes in here. This goes in there. That goes in there, like that. This gets kept up. It goes back in there. This I have to work on. Let's open your mainspring barrel. Look at that, S2. Well, I guess when I go and find your old crown gasket, I will find your mainspring arbor, which is right there. I can see it. Hang on a second, mainspring issues. Come on. Come on. There we go. There is your mainspring. It's definitely a little wiggly. I'll do my best to straighten that. I'm gonna have to hand clean all of this stuff. I gotta find your arbor. I have to clean everything. I have to install your upper mainspring arbor jewel. I have to machine out and put in your lower mainspring arbor jewel, which goes right there. Then everything goes to the ultrasonic, and then it comes back out, and I start assembling. So I'm going to come back probably when the machine is done cleaning and I'm ready to assemble. Okay, that's all apart. I'm doing a preliminary clean on the movement bits. So let's get your rotating ring off. Yeah, look at that. Very stiff. Very, very stiff. I'll clean all of this by hand. I'm going to put some clear binder over the back of this Lume pip here to help preserve that. It's just a little thing that's I like to do. And a little bit of corrosion in there. You can see there's some on the case as well. So I'll have a little bit of corrosion remediation in there. I got to get that stuff out. Yeah, because this is the stuff, the clearances between this crystal fixing ring and the case are really, really tight, and you start getting rust pitting in here. It expands because you're adding oxygen to this stuff, which makes it bigger, and it can crack these rings. So I'm gonna have to hand clean that. Oh, come on. get out. And there is your chapter ring. Put that over here so we know where it is. And so I'm going to hand clean all this stuff. So I've got to go and use dental tools, and I get everything out because there's a gap that runs around the inside of this that corrosion just sits in, and I have to clean it out. Okay, so now next time we come back, I'll show you your jewels and stuff. Okay, checking in after some stuff. There is your barrel and train bridge with the new jewel there in place of your bushing. Your dial, I've cleaned up the loom and it looks quite good. There is your main plate and your balance, and there's the new lower mainspring arbor jewel that just got put in. So this watch is now a 19 jewel, which is pretty cool. Okay, time for me to start building it up. Building your stem. Here is your brand new genuine Seiko stem rest washer. That little thing right in there. So you're going to get that, and you'll get this packet with it, and you can play with that. And there is your completed stem, complete with its stem rest washer, which is right, well, you can't really see it because it's hard to see. But trust me, it is there. Okay, let's see what we got. Movement's been running 45 seconds, a minute, 2, I'm not sure. Come on, give me what you got. Why can't you hear it? Let me get rid of that B error. First off, I'm gonna go clockwise, which effectively shortens the hairspring, which should increase the rate and hopefully take out the bead error at the same time. I moved it just a hair. Nope, it goes the other direction. So I'm going to gain, then hit that bead error again. No, I went too far. Let me get rid of that. Let me try that again. No, wrong direction. Come on. Okay, too much? No, I'm going to go back. Still got a little bit of bead error. Wrong direction. I gotta let it run in. I need that amplitude to rise. You can't hear properly. Okay, this is not correct. This is not right. It can't hear me correctly. No, this is wrong. Let me try that again. Okay, I gotta drop that rate down. I'm getting all kinds of weird noise. No, this ain't right. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. I gotta go back into it. Yeah, something's not right. Okay, we are getting usable numbers now. Your hairspring is a little janky, or at least it was. Yeah, we're definitely getting usable numbers now. So what it looks like happened is someone at some point, I did notice when I drop bounced the first time that the arms, the adjustment arms, were in a different place than these normally are from the factory. So somebody was fiddling with this at some point, and the hairspring is just a little teeny tiny itty bit tweaked. So it's giving us this noise here, but the amplitude is fine. Okay. So yeah, whoever was the last person who was into this watch did some funky stuff with the balance. There's actually scratches on the underside of these adjustment arms. Um, so I've flattened out the hairspring. It's still a little noisy. The numbers are fine. And it still hasn't finished, you know, really running in. We're still at the beginning of the numbers, but steady accuracy, steady numbers. Yeah, that's good. Okay, good. I didn't want to have to replace that balance. If I could have, you know, correct the hairspring without putting too much time into it, then that would be excellent. So I went and I replaced the balance. I was kept fighting with that hairspring and fighting and fighting and fighting. So this is what we're looking at. I just, you know, here comes a tipping point where you get a lot of diminishing returns, and this, I mean, that jump in amplitude is absolutely worth it, in my opinion, because it was just that other one I just couldn't get it to sit. It just wasn't right. And you can see, even having a slightly tweaked hairspring, even just a little bit, the hairspring kind of shimmies and fights. It doesn't open and close smoothly, and it eats amplitude. Look at that. Well, that's great. Yeah, that balance was bad. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. That's fantastic news. Super happy about that. That's great. Look at the number. Look at the numbers. This is the original mainspring, by the way. I'm very happy. That's great. I'm super pleased about that. Okay. I'm getting ready to lay your dial on, and I thought it'd be fun to show you how it's looking before I put the hands in place. That's a nice dial. That's a nice dial. Okay, hands. Here we are. Hands in place. Now to get casing. There's your movement all cased. There's my servicing stamp, and I'm closing it up. And we'll recap here in just a minute. And there it is. All done. That's a really nice watch. And I hadn't noticed how unworn it is. Look at the frosted surface around the Tsunami. See that? This is a low hours, darn it, watch. I don't know what else to say. The loom cleaned up beautifully. It's still all your original loom. Hand loom cleaned up nicely. Rotating ring now turns smoothly and silkily like it should. The insert is ever so slightly misaligned. The dial is straight, the chapter ring is straight, the insert, and I know everybody's going to say, you know, standard for Seiko, but I swear at this time it's not that common. I considered taking this, you know, pulling the insert out. I mean, I could, but it's just, I would, you know, it flexes the insert and it can damage the edge because you're snapping them in. You know, I'd let it be personally. This is such a great watch. So there's that. So you got a New Balance and a stem rest washer. Here's all the spare parts or the extra parts, though the other balance is over there, but you'll get that back too. That's it. Pretty much all there is to say. That's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful watch. Thank you so much for sending it in, and I look forward to getting it back to you.